the 48 seed, the Chargers from Chatfield High School. And representing the Continental League, the number 16, your Vista Golden Eagles. Before we meet tonight's participants, could we please get everyone to rise, remove your caps, and honor America in this playing of our national anthem. Starters for the Chargers. Number 4, Nate Jacobson. Number 5, Lucas Stutzman. Number 11, Carson Child. Number 24, Drew Lytle. Number 33, Jake Marshall. Number 35, Shay Rumsey. And number 44, Chase Miller. The starting lineup for Chatfield. Number 2, 6'2" junior, Ethan Gorosky. Number 12, a 6'4" senior, A.J. Skaroulis. Number 21, a 5'10" junior, Ethan Johnson. Number 31, a 6'2" sophomore, Christian Fauch. And number 32, 5'9" junior, Dylan Carter. Head coach of the Chargers, Eric Bueller. And now the non-starters for the Golden Eagles, number 2, Henry Campbell. Number 5, Christian Becker. Number 11, Spencer Thomas. Number 14, Charlie Saban. Number 20, McClay Easton. Number 22, Bryson Winter. And number 33, Max Deary. And now the starting lineup for the Golden Eagles at guard is 6' senior number 3, Nate Miller. At guard is 6' senior number 12, at guard, a 6'4" junior number 13, Greg Bowen. At guard, a 6'2" senior number 15, Kelly. And at guard, a 6' senior number 21, Carter Fee.
Good afternoon. Oh, excuse me.
Ryan Gamble, Bob Wood, and the head coach of the Golden Eagles, Ryan Wood.
How dare I interrupt the introduction of the coaches. But without further ado, good afternoon and welcome to the Mountain. Come on now. Well, welcome to Mountain Vista Playoff Basketball. Today, the Golden Eagles will be facing off against the Chatfield Chargers.
It's playoff time.
just disrespect. The Chargers are 7-17 on the season and looking to find an upset here to keep their hopes alive. I'm alongside Griffin Leonard, who's here to break down some tools for the game.
Well, before the game, I got the opportunity to talk to both head coaches, and I heard a lot of the same message. 3-pointers and fast breaks. Both of these teams play very high-paced, and we're expecting this to be a really entertaining game, as both teams will be sprinting down the court the entire time. I don't really expect us to see a lot of half-court style of play.
That'll be Reese pulling off the glass for 2. Vista takes the lead.
That shot's missed. Now Nathan Miller is coming down the other way.
Miller over to Bowen for 3. He's off the mark. Christian Fouch now in the paint. Vista with some tight defense, man-to-man. Bowen, he's there on the defense.
Yeah, that's really solid defense by Ben Bowen, getting his hands up straight. Can't call a foul on that. It's all clean.
Nathan Miller's over to Ben Bowen. He's fighting for points, and he finds him.
Bowen's really making his presence known here. He's all over the place.
That'll be Nathan Miller picking up his first.
First personal foul picked up by Nathan Miller.
And Ethan Johnson looking to inbound. Pass fumbled by Dylan Carter, Golden Eagles basketball.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication there by the Chargers. The Golden Eagles get an opportunity to go up by 3 scores here.
Miller strolling past half court. He's down to Carter Field. Fields to Reese Kelly for 3. That's good. And some tight defense leads to Ethan Johnson traveling. Now Miller's into Ben Bowen. No surprise seeing Reese Kelly knock down a 3 ball. He is the team leader, not only in points, not only in 3-point percentage, but also in assists and blocks.
Chatfield trying to get on the board.
Ethan Johnson finding himself stuck. He's down low in the paint. Johnson driving, puts one up, and it falls. Score now 7-2, Vista leading with 5 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. We apologize that there isn't a clock, just technical difficulties out of our control. Reese Kelly and showing some dominance, picked up a charge though.
Yeah, Ethan Gorowski doing a great job of getting his feet set and just took the contact from Kelly there. There's really nothing Kelly can do once he gets up in the air, and the ball's going the other way for Chatfield.
That'll be Christian Fouch over to Jacobson, who's back to Johnson. Johnson, who scored that layup, is back down. And a nice drive by Nate Jacobson. He picks up 2.
Yeah, Nate Jacobson, one of Chatfield's leading scorers. Definitely a player that the Golden Eagles have to watch out for on offense.
And that was Ben Bowen driving down and now seeing the line.
Sheffield, number 4, Nate Jacobson, picks up his first, team first. Headed to the free throw line, Ben Bowen.
Bowen's first falls. as does the second.
Bowen's one of the better free throw shooters on the team.
Shooting 76% from the line.
Yep, not too shabby, and he drains the first 2 of these.
It's Ethan Johnson. Now pass it up to the paint. That's no good. Reese Kelly now driving. Kelly looking to do it himself. He picks one up though.
They'll call it before the shot.
Number 31, Christian
So
Fouch.
he will not go to the free throw line.
Second team foul.
Bowen inbounds it down under to Reese Kelly. His shot was no good, but Poling was there to put it right back in.
Yeah, Reese Poling, one of the senior leaders on this team, he does a great job of being aware when he's got a chance to put it back up and in when he goes for that offensive board.
Well, Nate Jacobson tried to put one up, but he was just met by a sea of white, and his shot got stuffed. Bowen with some fancy moves. His shot doesn't go. Almost intercepted by Reese Kelly, but it results in Carson Childs seeing the line.
Reese Pulling picks up his first personal foul. 13 foul. Heading to the free throw line, Carson Childs, shooting 2.
Childs' first is no good.
For the Chargers, checking into the game, number 24. Drew Lytle.
Nathan Miller, Reese Pulling, and Reese Kelly all subbed out. McLean Easton, Henry Gamble, and Spencer Thomas all seeing some time now. First one didn't go, second one did. It'll be McLean Easton now picking up the pace. He's over to Bowen, who's at the top of the key. Bowen's over to Carterfield. He's looking for something. Passes it down low to Spencer Thomas, and he finds a basket.
Thomas goes up strong, makes it count, and the Golden Eagles now lead by 8 points.
Some tight defense by Henry Gamble. Carson Childs just looking for somebody. Ends up finding Dylan Carter, who's back over to Drew Little. Ball deflected back. Jacobson now with the ball. Henry Gamble yoinked it. He's looking for something. He's over to Ben Bowen, who's over to Spencer Thomas. Thomas's shot no good. Offensive rebound, McLean Easton. Now he's back with the ball. Spencer Thomas is over to Gamble with an open look. Another offensive rebound. Carterfield's shot was blocked, but it happened to be blocked right into the hands of Spencer Thomas, who picks up another 2.
Golden Eagles get a lucky break, got their shot blocked, but Spencer Thomas was in the right place at the right time, puts it back in for the Golden Eagles.
Dylan Carter with a step back 3. That's no good. Ben Bowen on a fast break now. Off the rim and falls short.
Here's this fast break action I was talking about.
Coach Brian Wood saying that Chatfield is one of the faster paced teams, and that is matching the Golden Eagles stance on outplay. And McLean Easton drops a 3 ball.
2 minutes, 1 second to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
And we are back. It'll be Ethan Johnson looking up. He's over to Drew Little. Carson Childs is over to Ethan Johnson, who's at top.
Chatfield's really spread out right now.
And Vista is just blocking every sort of play that Chatfield may have had designed. Ethan Johnson put one up, and that's a nice shot. Score now 18-7 in Vista's favor.
Yeah, Chatfield really needed that bucket. It's been a long time since they've changed the score in their favor.
McLean Easton went up for a shot, but now he'll be seeing the line.
Drew Lytle picks up his first third team foul. Head to the free throw line, shooting 2. McLean Easton.
Easton 67% from the line. His first one goes.
Into the Charger lineup, number 2, Ethan Goroski.
Now Ethan Goroski replacing number 12 of Chatfield, who is not even listed. He's a ghost. And Easton's second one falls as well. Carson Childs is over to Drew Little. Little kicks it out to Goroski, who's back over to Johnson. And Johnson gets stuffed. McLean Easton picking up the pace, and his fast break ends up in 2 points. Goroski speeding things up. He's over to Ethan Johnson. Now ball in the hands of Drew Little. Little was over to Jacobson. Jacobson got stuffed.
In for the Chargers, number 31, Christian Fouch, and number 32.
Yeah, so far in this game, Vista has really controlled the fast break momentum. Chatfield's tried to get it going, but they've really been unsuccessful up to this point.
Christian Fouch looking for anything. He gets aggressive, and he draws a charge. Reese Kelly planting those feet, and now it's Golden Eagles ball. There's 33 seconds left in this first quarter. Mountain Vista's score is over triple that of the Chatfield Chargers.
Looks like McLean Easton will hold the ball for the final shot. "15 seconds now.
Easton's driving up. His pass got intercepted. Now Goroski looking for a final shot. It goes up and it goes in. And thus ends the first quarter of the first round of the playoffs for Mountain Vista.
Yep, Chatfield gets a little bit of momentum there at the end. They cut the lead down to 13, but they still got a lot of work to do, and we'll have the second quarter for you right after this. This is Golden Eagle basketball on VistaNow.
Welcome back. I'm Nathan Tubbs here alongside Griffin Leonard, and we are underway in this second quarter. Mount Vista was quick to get back out on the court, looking very calm, collected, and confident regarding this game. Chatfield took a little longer, looking to change up how they're attacking this game. That'll be Jacobson for three. He's no good. Now Henry Gamble's driving.
Yeah, he's had a slow start to this one.
Reese Kelly's three ball gets blocked. Now back in the hands of Henry Gamble. Reese Kelly looking for redemption, and he ends up picking up a foul, and he'll see 3 shots at the line.
Yeah, Kelly was quick to try to silence the crowd there, and he ends up giving Christian Fouch his 3rd foul, which will require him to sit for probably quite a bit of time, considering it's only the beginning of the second quarter, and 2 more fouls will make him foul out.
And the Chargers have 5 fouls already. And Reese Kelly on the season is 81% from the line, leading the team. He's 2 for 2 thus far in the game, and he has 1 to go.
In an effort to save Fouch, Chatfield will bring in Drew Lytle, who does not have 3 fouls.
Kelly 3 for 3 from the line, equalizing the 3 ball he put up. Now Gorosky, he's over to Jacobson for another 3. His second one falls.
Yep. He's finally starting to get going. We'll see if Chatfield will feed him the ball more. But right now they're down by quite a bit. They need him to get going even more.
Jacobson is a team leader among the Chargers with 11.4 points per game.
Checking the game, Carter Field, Ben Bowen.
Now Dylan Carter looking to get something rolling after Jacobson's 3 ball. It's Carson Childs stuck in the paint, kicks it back out.
Carter and Jacobson constantly cutting.
Gorosky with a quick play. His layup did not go. Now Nate Miller with the ball over to Ben Bowen with a wide open look, and his 3 is good. Now it's just a bad idea to give Ben Bowen an open look like that. Nobody within a 5-foot vicinity of him. Just a practice shot right there, essentially.
Checking the game for the Chargers, number 12, AJ Skaruba.
Now Carson Childs puts one up. He's no good. Reese Kelly with the board. Board's looking for somebody. Has to slow it down as he's surrounded.
Found Bowen again.
Bowen with a similar look. His second one doesn't fall. Carson Childs now gets the ball punched out by Carter Field. Some great defense, and now Field has a chance at a shot. He's no good. Some hasty play going on here. People just sprinting down the court looking for anything. Jacobson's shot, it falls. Or Gorosky, excuse me. Ben Bowen back in the corner. He's over to Reese Kelly with a shot, and he's good.
Reese Kelly has just been electric this season for the Golden Eagles. The team's leading scorer, and you really cannot let him be open from behind the arc.
And he's answered by Dylan Carter, who knocks down a 3 ball. Now Nate Miller's driving up. Ben Bowen at top. Over to Reese Pulling at the corner with an open look, and his shot falls. That'll be 4 straight 3-pointers, and Coach Brian Wood calls a timeout. Score 34-18, 5 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Some high-octane gameplay there, just back-to-back-to-back 3-pointers.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Although the score isn't super close, this game has been entertaining. And if Chatfield can get the 3 ball to continue at the efficiency they've had it in these last couple of minutes, this game could get close really fast.
Some star players that are emerging will be Ethan Gorosky and Nate Jacobson, both juniors. And with that said, both juniors, it seems that the Chatfield Chargers' entire team is made up of juniors. Only 4 people on the team that aren't juniors.
Yeah, even their 2 leading scorers, Jacobson and Carter, both of them will be back for another year. And although the Chargers barely sneaked into this state playoff tournament as the last seed to get in. Expect them to do much better next year and be a real threat to some of the top teams.
It's AJ Skroulis in the paint. His shot goes nowhere and ends up back in his own hands. That's Drew Little with the ball. He hands it off and ends up dribbling it straight out of bounds. That'll be Shea Rumsey on that play. Nate Miller now walking it past half court. Over to Reese Pulling. Who's back to? Ooh. And a lob pass as Pulling just seems to sneak straight through the entirety of the Chargers defense. Some lazy play on Chatfield's part.
Yeah, it's basic fundamentals in basketball. Pass and cut, and it worked to perfection there for Reese Pulling.
Drew Little with the ball over to Ethan Johnson. Johnson's to Jacobson.
He's looking to get open.
Ben Bowen's defense was no match for Nate Jacobson's inside move. Now it's Nate Miller who's over to Bowen at the top of the key. Bowen put one up, it was no good.
Chatfield is trying to draw the charge. There wasn't much contact, but it was enough to disrupt Bowen's shot.
Jacobson's three ball was no good, and now the Chargers will be inbounding it.
First personal foul, picked up by Ben Bowen.
That'll be Ben Bowen's first personal. Vista's fourth.
Number 2, Ethan Gorosky.
Nate Jacobson's pass almost intercepted by Carter Field.
Some cross-court passing here.
AJ Skroulis, his shot was no good. And that'll be Ethan Johnson, who touched the ball while he was out of bounds. Golden Eagle basketball. Score now 36-20. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock.
Dylan Carter is checking back into the game for Chatfield. They're trying to get the offense going, maybe cut it to single digits by halftime. They got 3:45 to do that.
Bones over to Pulling in the corner with an open look. Pulling seems to be a ghost to Chatfield's defense as he's finding open looks left and right. Dylan Carter's three, it falls.
Right off the bench, drains a three-pointer. Chatfield's getting some momentum back.
Still nobody on Reese Pulling, who's outside. Nate Miller also, and his three falls. There's just an ice cream social going on in Chatfield's paint. 3 or 4 players in there at all times, leaving the outer rim completely open.
It doesn't seem like the Chargers have really done their homework much. Mountain Vista almost almost making as many three-pointers as Chatfield has. Both of them are near the top of 5A in three-pointers made and three-point percentage. So yeah, if Chatfield can't adjust their gameplay, this game could be over really quickly.
Into the Golden Eagles, McLean Easton.
Second shot goes in, score 39-24. Nate Miller now looking for something. His three just fell, but he passes it over to Easton, who's down under, to Spencer Thomas, who's good for 2.
3 minutes to go here in the first half. Chatfield looking to answer.
Mountain Vista breaking the 40-point threshold before halftime. And that'll be McLean Easton with the rebound. Over to Henry Gamble. Great ball movement by Mountain Vista. And Reese Pulling put it all on the line and ended up picking up some shots.
Walking foul, called number 2, Ethan Gorosky. That's his first personal foul.
Reese Pulling shooting 71% from the line. Overall, the majority of Mountain Vista is doing very well from the line, so fouling them is not the greatest idea.
Shooting 2.
First one goes.
Now, if you didn't read the title of this video before you clicked on it, this is a playoff game. The winner will face the Rangeview Raiders in the Sweet 16. That game will be on Wednesday. If the Golden Eagles do advance, we will see if we can cover it, but Rangeview would have first dibs.
That's right. Mount Vista looking to get in there. Rangeview is the #1 seed, undefeated on the season. That would be a tough one for the Golden Eagles. But Henry Gamble is fed the ball from Reese Pulling. Now he has the ball yet again. Back to Nate Miller with an open look. Miller's three is no good. Offensive rebound by Reese Pulling. Right place, right time, and his shot, little floater, goes.
It's the biggest lead of the game for the Golden Eagles. They are up by 21 points with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Pulling with as much hustle as ever. He also picked up a block right previous to Spencer Thomas's 2-ball right there. Carson Childs is over to Ethan Johnson. Some ball movement, ball in the hands of Gorowski now. And it just gets stripped by Nate Miller. Now on a fast break, met by a sea of maroon, but Henry Gamble's shot goes. Some great vision right there by Nate Miller. Picked up the pace and just kicked it right back out and caught Chatfield lacking.
Chatfield, desperate to stop this Golden Eagle run, calls a timeout. The Golden Eagles have once again doubled Chatfield's score. It's 50-24, 1:07 to go in this first half. And Tubbs, while I was hoping for a closer game, I can't really complain. The Golden Eagles are playing well. I mean, if you do look forward to, if you are looking forward in this bracket, like, the Golden Eagles will need to play to this level to have a shot to beat Rangeview.
Yep. Now is no time to stoop to the level of some lesser opponents. No offense to the Chargers, but they are just not playing at the same level as Mountain Vista right now. Vista still playing calm, and they're already back out on the court, as you can see. They're just going to continue doing what they do best, and that's playing fast and scoring baskets.
Yeah, and if you look at Chatfield on paper, they really don't seem like they should be in the playoffs. They only have 2 seniors. They only won 7 games. They were 7-17, and they were winless in their league. But they did have some quality wins and some close losses over good teams early in the season, and I think that's what got them to really squeak in.
Back to the ballgame, Ben Bowen. And checking in for the Golden Eagles, Christian Baker.
Ethan Johnson now driving it in. And his pass is just tipped by Ben Bowen. A notable size difference there. Some ball movement. Christian Baker's layup is no good. He puts another one up and it falls.
Christian Baker, the junior, it's his first time in the game today. And he made it count there, 2 quick points.
Baker's only got 40 points on the season. Doesn't see too many minutes, but when he does, he makes the most of them.
Spencer Thomas picks up his first personal foul. This 6th Golden Eagle team foul.
Nate Jacobson was over to Carter, who's back to Childs.
The Golden Eagles double teaming him.
And Dylan Carter just had nowhere to go down in that close corner. Ethan Johnson now inbounding it from an awkward angle, but he gets it off to Carson Childs.
Chatfield may hold for the final shot here. Only 15 seconds to go in the half. Just as I say that, they miss a wide open layup.
And it'll be McLean Easton looking for a shot, and his goes.
30-point lead for Vista. Chatfield, will they get a shot off? No.
That's the end of the
It wouldn't have counted. Vista up by 30. You cannot be angry at this result right now, unless, of course, you are a Chatfield fan. Halftime here from the Eagles Nest. Golden Eagles 54, Chargers 24. Hello and welcome back. It's the second half of Mountain Vista versus Chatfield. Playoff basketball began on Wednesday. Vista's first game today as they got a first round bye, and they have gone off to a great start. They're up 30.
That's right, Griffin. Mount Vista looked very calm throughout that entire first half, just driving, scoring buckets, and Chatfield was playing really scrappy. They were just looking for anything, and they just really couldn't find it.
Yep. Well, we'll see if Chatfield has made any adjustments and if they try to turn it around. But if the game keeps going the way it was in the first half, this is going to be a long second half. Reese Poling with the ball on the first possession. Ben Bowen, the alley-oop lay-in. We've seen them do that a couple times this year, and it worked this time. On the other end, it's a block by Reese Poling.
Yep, the alley-oop is becoming a regular occurrence, and there's Reese Kelly for three. His second of the day. He also was fouled on an attempt and scored all 3 free throws.
Here's Chatfield. Dylan Carter over to Fouch. Fouch inside, going up on Poling and missing.
Fouch has put up more than a few shots. None of them have fallen yet.
Poling gets his pass deflected and stolen. And it's Gorowski going in with the right hand and scoring.
That's on par for Gorowski's play. He's a big man at 6'2", and he plays aggressive. And Ben Bowen he didn't want it enough. And there's Reese Kelly for another 3.
Reese Kelly's starting out really hot here. Vista's already got 62 points, and 6 of those second half points have come from the 3 ball by Kelly.
2 points.
Cross court pass, and Poling lays it in on the other end.
That would be right after AJ Skaroulis got a bucket.
He's looking for an option to pass to.
And he passes it to the bench.
Yeah, the bleachers aren't on his team, and the Golden Eagles will get the ball on the inbound at midcourt. Ben Bowen will give it right back to Nathan Miller. Kelly loses his grip on it. Ball goes out of bounds, off Kelly's foot, and it will go to the Chargers. We'll see Ethan Johnson taking up the court. Finding Jacobson, who will drive in and miss. But it's laid back up and in by Chase Miller.
Chase Miller there, good board. Caught it pretty acrobatically and was able to put it in for 2.
Reese Kelly wide open. Can he get 3 in a row? It rims out.
In and out. Nothing you can do about it. Reese Kelly is finding some really good looks, though. We apologize for the obstruction. Very disrespectful. We're well aware. I'm just kidding.
It's all love.
Reese Poling's shot is no good. But Jacobson is looking for something now.
3 on the way, and it's Ethan Johnson for Chatfield. They've got 5 points in a row, and they've cut the Vista lead down to 31. Kelly spinning around his defender. That ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be retained by Mountain Vista.
Checking in for the Chargers, number 11, Carson Schott. And number 24, Drew Lytle. For the Golden Eagles, McLean Easton.
Reese Kelly now inbounding it. He's to Ben Bowen. Ben Bowen looking for something. His shot deflected by Chase Miller.
2
Chase
blocks
Miller
in a row.
ends up deflecting Reese Kelly as well. Says, oh, you 2 are star players? And that's too bad.
McLean Easton going the other way on the fast break. Carter Field up and blocked again.
And that's
he
3
goes down
consecutive blocks. 2 on the hands of Chase Miller. And that one would have been Drew Little.
Vista's getting a little too predictable here. They might need to go with the pump fake game, get Chatfield up in the air and then put up the shot.
Little with some good sportsmanship there. They're immediately to pick up Carter Field off the ground, as he could have had a rough fall.
Lytle giving it over to Childs. Lytle gets it back. Good pass inside, but stripped by McLean Easton.
Bowen almost gets blocked. Drew Lytle, he's playing aggressive. He's taken matters into his own hands. But in the meantime, he did end up fouling.
Yeah, a little too aggressive on that one. And Ben Bowen will go to the line with the chance to put the Golden Eagles at 66.
Carson Childs now meeting up with his coach, Eric Bueller, seeing if there's anything more that he can do to get the Chargers in an advantageous position here.
Bowen for the second free throw, and he avoids going 0 for 2, makes the second one, and the Golden Eagles lead by 32 points. Johnson. Shot almost airballed by Nate Jacobson.
Ben Bowen maneuvering around Drew Lytle. He's over.
Little floater by McLean Easton will not go. Ben Bowen, second chance points have been huge for the Golden Eagles, and they get a three-pointer there.
Ben Bowen with a great look there. A bit of a deep three, but knocks it down nonetheless.
Jacobson trying to respond. Little inside pass to Childs.
Chase Miller in the paint. He gets blocked by Spencer Thomas. Big man on big man. And a Hail Mary pass is over to McLean Easton, who went down to Ben Bowen. Bowen gets fouled.
A bit of a late call there, but it was the correct call. Bowen will go to the line once again. Expect a cheer if this free throw goes.
Back to the free throw line.
Griffin Leonard seeing into the future. Wow, he was right. Ladies and gentlemen, bow down to Griffin Leonard. Not only did he score a half-court shot during halftime, he also just predicted the future. Truly impressive stuff. Impressive stuff.
And the second free throw will go down as well. The Golden Eagles eclipse 70 points. 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter, and Christian Baker checks into the game.
The Golden Eagles staying on their pace of 2 points to every Chargers point, as their score is 70 and Chatfield's is 33.
Nice shot there by Ethan Gorowski. He gets back on the board here in the second half.
It was
Spencer Thomas. It's going the other way.
Spencer Thomas just a little too physical. Too much power for his own good.
That'll be the second foul committed by Spencer Thomas. Childs on the top of the key. Spinning around in circles.
Gorowski was up, his shot no good. Spencer Thomas with the board. Another
another baseball pass.
Baseball pass, there you go. And he ends up shooting it. It's no good.
The pull-up jumper from a little beyond the free throw line. He couldn't get it to go. It's a shot we see him take a lot, but it can't fall every time. Feeling a little pressure. And they're going to call a foul on Charlie Sabin.
Sabin didn't plant his feet in time. He did take the hit. Looked a bit frustrated with the call, but I think the refs got that one right.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter as Chatfield will inbound. It'll be Jake Marshall.
Holding called on McLean Easton. His first 13th foul.
Easton picking up his first personal foul, just delaying it a little bit.
Pass inside, and Ethan Gorowski is immediately fouled. He'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
That seemingly was the play design, as there was no chance Gorowski was going to get that shot off uncontested, but he does his job.
Shooting 2, number 2, Gorowski.
His first shot from the charity stripe will go. The Golden Eagles are chanting wide right, but it does not go wide right. It drops in.
Henry Gamble charged into 3 Chargers defenders, and he ends up drawing the foul.
It looked like it was stripped clean, but maybe perhaps from the referee's angle he saw something that we could not see from up here.
Quick inbound to Spencer Thomas, and his fadeaway is good.
Inside, it's Marskell. Dylan Carter rising up and scoring.
Carter maneuvering his way into the free throw area, knocks down a clean jumper.
With 1:55 to go in the third quarter, Chatfield calls a timeout, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
And we're back. I'm Nathan Tubbs here alongside Griffin Leonard. The score, Mount Vista leading the Chatfield Chargers 72-39 with 1 minute 50 seconds left on the clock.
If you're just tuning in, it has been an entertaining game, but it has been lopsided. Charlie Sabin dribbling in. Christian Baker, 3-ball, and it is good.
Some great ball movement there by Mountain Vista to give Christian Baker that open look, and he knocks it down.
Dylan Carter giving it over to Stutzman, who will rise up and make it. Deep throw, 50-50 ball, and it's intercepted by Gorowski, who lays it in on the other side. Not a smart pass.
Spencer Thomas looked pretty lazy. He just hucked that pass all the way, which got intercepted by Gorowski, and he just put his hands up when the ball was back right in his face.
And a lay-in on the other end by Chase Miller.
That'd be Chase Miller taking advantage of some evident laziness on the part of Mountain Vista.
Gamble will try a 3, and that'll hit back iron.
Mountain Vista playing very hastily right now, contrary to, wow, that pass was enough to stop me from my point.
Yeah, it's been both sides, and hopefully the teams will start playing better basketball. But
let's hope so.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while there will be an errant pass or two, but there's probably been 4 in the last 2 minutes. Henry Gamble and McLean Easton giving it back and forth.
Looking for final shot.
Now Spencer Thomas gets in on the hot potato action.
And a potential reach isn't called. Now Henry Gamble driving up, puts that shot up, and it goes, making that a successful possession on the part of Mount Vista. And that'll bring the third quarter to a close. Pretty uneventful, not too many points scored, and towards the end we saw some pretty lazy basketball there, to say the least. Coach Brian Wood can't be too happy with that, as one would think, because that was not on par to Vista's high-octane play.
But, I mean, how mad can you be up 32 in a playoff game? Like, yes, they're making mistakes, but mistakes are going to happen. It's high school basketball. The important thing is that Coach Wood can solve the problem now. That way, assuming Chatfield doesn't outscore the Golden Eagles by 32 in the fourth quarter here, that they're prepared for the Rangeview game.
But with Bowen, Kelly, and Miller alongside Poling and Carter Field, I think we'll see some more hustle out of these.
It appears like Coach Wood just wants to get a little more insurance before he brings in the second stringers. A drive-in by Stetzman, who finds Nate Jacobson on the right wing. Inside, back outside. Ethan Johnson. Now Jacobson drives in and puts it up, and that one hits the rim 3 times before dropping in. Nice crossover there, and Miller will take it to lay it in.
Miller doing it all himself with a beautiful crossover, giving him a pretty open look, and he knocks it down. Some more good defense by Nate Miller.
And that shot is missed. Reese Kelly with the rebound for the Golden Eagles. 7 minutes to go in regulation here.
Carter Field is wide open on the far corner.
Bowen shoots a 3.
Bowen's
and
good.
He got it.
Bowen with an awkward look, but that doesn't faze him as he knocks down that 3.
And they'll call a foul on Nathan Miller. Tried to draw the charge. It looks like he was a little too late getting his feet set there.
Same situation as Charlie Sabin. Just didn't plant the feet soon enough and picked up the contact as planned, but didn't pick up the foul.
And I know we don't have a clock here, but if you can see it on the top right corner of the broadcast, the clock on the scoreboard here at Vista is still running. That is because the Golden Eagles are up 35 points, so there will be a running clock until the score falls below that threshold. Bowen wanting to try again, pump fakes and drives in. Kelly rising up and knocking it down. They're showing no signs of stopping, and they have 85 points here.
Now, Bowen and Kelly will always take advantage of the open looks, but Kelly showing some maturity there, knocking down the contested 3. And that was Dylan Carter with that 3 ball.
Yep, not wanting to go out with a poor performance, and he drains another 3.
Now, Poling's 3 ball was called back as Nathan Miller picks up an offensive charge.
Yeah, that's the 3rd foul on Nathan Miller. You got the blocking foul just a minute ago, and now falls victim of a charge.
We're approaching the 5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter of Mount Vista's first playoff game.
Stolen by Reese Poling. And he slams it home. It's incredible. Reese Poling. He just rose up, and even though he's playing defense, he still has a smile on his face.
Poling showing no quit. He's my star of the game thus far. He's been the one who's always hustling. He picked up that interception of the pass, and he slammed it home.
Absolutely insane from Reese Poling. But that will end his day as Brian Wood sends in the second stringers. But what a game from all 5 of those players coming out.
Reese crease pulling. Still a smile on his face as he approaches the bench.
Yeah, I know when I get home, I'm going to go back to this broadcast and rewind it and watch that again. That was insane.
Definitely rewind worthy. And an immediate timeout. They're trying to kill the hype, but I just don't think that'll happen. Mount Vista 87, Chatfield 50. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left in this game.
So the Golden Eagles, I think at this point, they're just trying to get some of the juniors, and there is a sophomore out there, Bryson Linder. The ball, try to get him some points, get a feel for playoff basketball, as they will all be getting significantly more minutes next season with all these seniors once they graduate. You gotta hope that they get to 100, right?
Gotta hope. But would that be overkill? You tell me.
There's never overkill in playoff basketball.
I agree. Now Ethan Johnson is at the line.
It's 1-1 time for the Chargers, number 21, Ethan Johnson.
Johnson's free throw, front half of the 1-and-1 goes. He will get a second shot.
Johnson shooting 68% from the free throw line.
Second shot from Johnson finds a way.
In the Charger lineup, number 5, Lucas Stutzman.
Now Carter Field McLean Easton, picking up the pace over to Charlie Sabin.
Here's Bryson Linder over to McLean Easton, driving in, putting it up, and that one does not go. Max Deering with the offensive rebound,
just
much to the delight of the crowd.
Right up and yoinking it.
Linder for three. That one misses.
Stutzman with the ball.
Driving in and putting it up is Shea Rumsey, the freshman. The only freshman on this team, but he is on the score sheet. McLean Easton trying to foul, and he will go to the line on the other end with 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining.
Fourth personal foul. Called on Fouch. To the free throw line, shooting pair.
The first free throw misses.
Jake Marshall checks back in.
McLean Easton shooting 67% from the line.
And Easton makes the second free throw. Marshall, bunch of moves, putting it up and missing, but it's an offensive rebound.
That would be AJ Skaroulis with that offensive board, and now he'll be seeing the line.
Bryson
Linder picks up his first foul, and Chatfield will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
AJ Skaroulis not so hot from the line, shooting 45%.
He makes that one.
At this point in time, the Chargers, they have been playing faster than usual, and they are a pretty fast team. You saw the hasty shot being put up, and Skaroulis got the rebound.
You got to think when Coach Eric Bueller, when he will start giving the seniors sort of their curtain call. And Bryson Linder hits a three. That's huge, and the Vista fans love it.
Vista now passing the 90-point threshold with Chatfield still at 55.
Charlie Sabin, Bryson Linder again, missing. I think McLean Easton wanted that putback dunk, but he couldn't get it.
Max Deering with a fantastic effort in putting the ball back in the hands of the Golden Eagles.
He gets a look from three. That one will be a little long. 2 minutes to go here in this second round playoff game. And Deering is called for the reach.
He got what he wanted, but I guess he wanted it too much.
Yep. Christian Fouch will go to the line final 1-1 of this game for Chatfield.
Max Deering picks up his first foul, 19 fouls.
Now McLean Easton being subbed out for a Henry Gamble, probably not to return. Second free throw is no good. First free throw, excuse me, they're in the bonus.
Henry Gamble working on his man, driving in.
And a scuffle down low.
They'll call a foul on Christian Fouch before the potential charge.
Number 31 for the Chargers, Christian Fouch picks up his 5th personal.
1 minute, 20 seconds to go here.
Checking the lineup, number 44, Chase Miller.
And in a matter of minutes, this big game, this big playoff game has turned into somewhat of a JV game.
Baker,
With
Bryson Linder looking for a second three, and it almost goes. But Chatfield gets the rebound, 55 seconds.
Do you think the Chargers can do it? Can they get 36 points while the clock is still running?
Chatfield basketball.
I mean, I guess we'll just have to see.
Have crazier things happen?
Probably not. They'd have to score more than a point a second, and with Mount Vista getting the ball here, I'd say that is quite unlikely. Charlie Sabin dribbling it, and he appears to be just gonna run. He might just run the clock down. Sabin gets it back. Linder.
15.
Deering
now
wants
10.
to shoot. He gives it over to Linder again. 7 seconds, and it's Sabin to Deering in the corner, and he passes up the shot. This game is over. Mountain Vista 91, Chatfield 55, and the Golden Eagles will move on to Wednesday night, where they will take on the undefeated #1 in the state, Rangeview, at Rangeview. So keep checking VistaNow's YouTube to see if there's an event set up. That will be how you will know whether or not we're broadcasting it. We'll try to get that event up there as soon as possible if we are. But as I said earlier, Rangeview will have first dibs on the broadcast. So we'll do it if we can, but there are no guarantees. Thank you for tuning in to this Vista playoff game. I've been Griffin Leonard along with Nathan Tubbs. And thank you to Roddick and John and the rest of the VistaNow crew. We are signing off saying thank you and have a great rest of your weekend, Mountain Vista. So long.
We'd like to thank everyone